أو زد عليه ورتل القرآن ترتيلا.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Welcome to Practical Tajweed for each letter. So in our previous episode, we looked at the mudud letters and where do they come from? Al-Jawf, the mouth. Now we will look at the Ghunna letters. And the Makhraj for Ghunna letters is the nasal passage. So the Ghunna letters are Noon and Mim. Both letters, they inherently have that quality, the quality of Ghunna sound, i.e. the sound coming through the nasal passage. So for example, if I give you the example of Noon and Mim, an, so if you hold it, you will struggle because some sound is coming through the nasal passage. So to begin with, these two letters are known as the Ghunna letters, Noon and Mim, and the sound comes from the nasal passage. However, there are other rules of Ghunna. And when we say Ghunna, we mean the sound which comes through the nasal passage. So some percentage of the sound would originate from the Makhraj, or the point of articulation of specific letter, and some percentage will come through the nasal passage, which we'll cover later. But just to get a broad idea, that we mentioned that there are 5 major locations where the letters come from, exit from. We say the tongue, the lips, the throat. And in our previous episode, we mentioned al-jawf, the mouth, the empty space, the cavity, which is the mud letters. And now we're looking at the nasal passage, what comes through the nasal passage. The Ghunna letters, Noon and Mim, originally, both letters have the quality of Ghunna sound, some percentage coming through the nasal passage when you pronounce with sukun, Noon and Mim. So we say an, and then when you apply other rules like idgham and ikhfa, then what happens that the sound comes through the nasal passage. Sometimes could be 50%, could be 80%, could even be 100%, and we will cover that later. But so for example, when we say Inna Allah, so we say Inna Allah ala kulli shay'in qadir. So we say Inna Allah, in. So if I block the nose, the nasal passage, I can't pronounce that Ghunna sound because it is coming from the nasal passage. Or for example, Amma yatasa'alun. Amma. So there is a wajib Ghunna with letter Mim, so therefore 100% is coming through the nasal passage. If I try to block it, then I cannot pronounce the Ghunna sound because I blocked the nasal passage. So therefore, a Ghunna sound comes from the nasal passage, which is one of the locations of Makhraj or point of articulation. Generally speaking, any Ghunna sound is minimum 2 counts long. And when I say 2 counts, I mean ba, ba. Put it together, ba, amma, na, inna. So the elongation length of a Ghunna is 2 counts. I hope, inshallah, this is clear. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.
الذين آتيناهم الكتاب يتلونه حق تلاوته أولئك يؤمنون به ومن يكفر به فأولئك هم الخاسرون.